Guys, I am an idiot. So, I started this account, and do you know what I did? I made the number one biggest noob mistake as a new raid player when starting a new account. I did not use a download link or a code. And yes, I'm plugging my own download link and code because I am salty I didn't use my own bloody one. This download link comes with two incredible heroes that I'm going to talk about later. This comes with Tyrell, who is an absolutely fantastic kind of debuffer. And then you have one of the best possible supports, epic supports in the entire game, in the form of Rector Drath. Rector Drath is an absolute beast, like honestly, absolute beast. If you are starting out and you want like an end, like all the way through early game, mid game, end game support, Rector Drath is that. They have a targeted revive, they've got heals, they've got perfect veil, they've got loads of stuff that are going to make your time and raid that much easier. And you can start with them. You can literally start with them, guaranteed to your account. And I didn't do it. So that's the number one mistake that I made in Raid Shadow Legends, which was I did not use a download link. If you would like to support me, by the way, guys, and this does really support me, you can use the download link in the description or use the QR code that you can see on top of your screen right there. I really get direct benefit from people coming and joining Raid Shadow Legends and playing with me. It genuinely supports the channel. Oh, I've got loads of stuff to click on. It genuinely supports the channel, and I 100% appreciate it. Not only that, I have a clan. It's called the Excoundrels, and I have 4 people in it, 2 of which I don't think have logged in for 3 days. I've got a great guy called Rick2005. Shout out to Rick2005. I've got no bloody idea who you are, but you're in my guild, and you're doing clan boss sometimes. Fabin guy and player 140. I don't know if they're coming back, guys. I need some absolute legends to come and join me in Raid Shadow Legends, because right now I'm just soloing the clan boss, which is not getting me very far because I haven't got a super strong account. So if you want to join, please do. Don't think I've got any applications. It's just Excoundrels, EXCO. Please come and join me. I absolutely need people to come and be my friends in this game. I'm begging you. I'm actually begging. Please come and join me in this game. Don't make the mistake that I did. If you want to join me, though, please use my download link in the description below. You're going to get an awesome Rector Drath and Tyrell. Absolutely nutty start, like nutty start. Speaking of which, let's show you Rector Drath and Tyrell just very quickly. So I'll start off with the slightly less exciting Tyrell. Here, looks like this. Pretty beastie, but good in all the dungeons. You can see like every sort of solid dungeon that they are good in, 4-star across the board. And you know, solid in clan boss, which is good, solid in Doom Tower, solid at Eternal Dragon. Like, you can't go wrong with Tyrell. There's not that many situations that Tyrell is not going to be good in. So in terms of what they do, aura to increase ally defense in all battles by 25%, which is a really nice aura to have, actually, because you don't often get that. It's nice to have the defense increase in all battles. It means it's useful across campaign, literally everywhere. Humble attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense. So, you know, if you've got a big tanky beast on the enemy team, Tyrell is going to be hitting them hard. And the multiplier is 1.5 times defense. Singing Steel attacks all enemies, have a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense buff on them for 2 turns. If the target is under a defense decrease attack debuff, so if you lead with A1 and then into A2, it will sleep them for 1 turn. Damage is proportional. Damage is proportional to defense, so 3.5 defense times multiplier. And then Preemptive Strike attacks one enemy, decreases the target's turn meter by 50%. If the attack fully depletes the enemy's turn meter, it will place a stun debuff on them for 2 turns, and this is a 5.3 defense multiplier. Extremely good. Has a super high multiplier, and obviously stunning an enemy for 2 turns is kind of nutty. So just in general, great utility, great debuffer, not a bad champion to have on your account, 100% worth it. Here's the big boy, though. The big girl, rather, should I say. Rector Drath. So she's insane. She's really strong. And you can see, like, pretty much good across the board. Maybe only in Fire Knight is she not as fantastic. And that's mostly because you really want to have some anti-heal in Fire Knight. But like across the board, she is absolutely brilliant. Again, attacks one enemy, could place a decreased attack debuff on them, can work quite well with Tyrell in that respect. Necromutation heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP. So if you build her tanky, then it's going to increase her HP gifted to your allies. After healing, places a perfect veil buff for 2 turns on all allies with full HP, or places a continuous heal buff on them for 1 turn instead if the allies do not have 100% HP. A perfect veil, basically, you might have seen it in game, or if you've been sort of kind of aware, you kind of go invisible, and it means you're not targeted. You cannot be targeted by single target attacks, and you take 15% reduced damage from AoE attacks. It is brilliant, like a great buff, and more importantly, a perfect veil, it's not broken if you don't use an A1 skill. If you've just got normal veil and you don't use an A1 skill, it will break. Perfect veil, you will not break it regardless of what you use. Spirit form revives a single ally with 60% HP and fills their turn meter by 60%, and places a perfect veil buff on them for 3 turns. So if you revive them, they also can't be directly targeted once you've revived them, which again is amazing, and they can cast any of their abilities without breaking it. It's insane. And this is a Master of Ghosts, whenever an ally is under a veil or a perfect veil buff, they get a turn. They're going to heal by 10% of their max HP. So they not only can they not be targeted, they're also going to heal every time they take a turn. Also increases the resistance of allies under veil or perfect veil buffs by 50, and will only increase resistance once per ally if there are multiple Rectors on the team. So she's really good in arena as well. You can probably tell she's really good in arena. Targeted res, basically grants perfect veil to the entire bloody team. Heals everyone for a massive amount. Anybody under perfect veil gets increased resistances, and also heals for 10% of their max HP every time they take a turn. She's a very, very, very good support, and you need her on your account. And I didn't bloody get her because I'm an idiot. I didn't use my own freaking thing. So yes, there we go. Massive mistake, massive error, rookie error. And I would love you guys to come and join me in Raid Shadow Legends. That is the number one error that I will say is for a new player. If you just don't use a link and get free stuff, like those are hard heroes to pull normally, and you might not ever get them. You might not get them for a year. You could get them for free right now by downloading and supporting me. Please download. Honestly, go and download it. Join me in the clan. I'm having fun. Quests. Nope. That's not what I want to say. The other mistake that I made is missions. So, when you start a new account, you'll get access to these missions. They are actually relatively easy to complete. There are a couple of like blocker ones, like increase artifacts level to 12, which for some new accounts might be difficult because you might not have the silver to do so. But one of the big things is clear stage 7 of the Deadlands on normal. I've already done it ages ago. Upgrade 2 champions to level 40. Already done it ages ago. Clear stage 7 of Godfrey's Crossing on normal. Again, you can see I've completed a lot of these normal level campaign missions. And as you can see, it takes a long time to get through them if you don't do them as you go. And you have to go back and do stuff that you don't really want to do, and you will waste energy as well by doing so, by sort of not doing the stuff that you want to be doing. And what you can do once you've completed these quests, you'll start to gain like a Sacred Shard. You'll then get a legendary skill tome, and eventually you'll pick up Arbiter, who is again another really, really strong support. She's got a revive skill under 7 turns, but yeah, like another really, really good like legendary. There's also Ramatu, and then there's also then Marius. These are all things that you eventually want to try and do, and so you kind of want to do them as you go in Raid. Whereas I didn't do that, and I'm now having to go back and do it. Ascend a champion to level 3 of Ascension is what I've been trying to do now. To do that, you've got to get used to the pop-ups in Raid. To do that, you go to Dungeons, you go to Minotaur's Labyrinth, and I'm going to set this to go now. Let's just do, I don't know, let's just do... Actually, what am I doing? Not Minotaur's Labyrinth, Blinking Act, that's for getting skills. It's this one. So, I think... this is the one that I'm most likely to be able to do. Going to make sure everyone has HP. And then we're just going to do like 50 multi-battles. Start. Boom. Probably won't do all of them, but we'll see. This will eventually get me enough stuff to start ranking up my Cold Heart, my Taragi the Frog, and also will help me max my rank up on my Eladra. Not Eladra, why am I calling her Elhain? Elhain. So yeah, there we go. This boss, I don't really have the right setup for it. I think if you have a buff steel, that's usually better, because she hits hard and she has a massive shield. So I've occasionally I've stolen her shield from her and given it to my Sun Wukong, which he just did right there. So if Sun Wukong can actually steal her buff, this becomes a ridiculously easy boss, which you can see here now, starting to do quite a lot of damage to her. She actually doesn't have much HP. The majority of her HP comes from having a massive shield, which my Sun Wukong stole, and I cleared it pretty easily. Multi-battle complete. Boom. Right, that's all I wanted to say. Use my download link. Don't make me beg any more than I have to. See you guys in a bit.